The views and opinions expressed by Craig's Terrible Idea podcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any other agency, organization, employer, or company. Any content provided by the authors and their guests are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. No animals were harmed in the creation of the podcast, as far as we know.
Welcome back to part 2. All right, hang on. We're having, there we go.
Whoever made that background for you is a genius.
Yeah, they would like to think they were a genius.
That's some amazing Photoshop right
Well,
there.
the thing is, we should have took this part right here and we should have put it up here, but you know, it'll take this genius to do that.
Yeah, you're assuming I'm going to give you my PSD, which I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's okay. I created this PSD already, so.
Bam.
Not totally.
Hey, Craig, do you have the Adobe subscription at home?
Yes, I do.
Okay, just curious. I let mine lapse because I was never using it.
I mean, you could subscribe to certain apps, like they'll like $6.99 a month or whatever, you know, for whatever app you're using.
You can. I thought it was all or nothing except for the Photoshop bundle.
Maybe. I mean, I haven't looked at Adobe Subscription, you know, lately. But what you might want to do is you might want to have, you know, someone who's a student, right, and create a subscription for you because they get like, you know, dirt cheap rates, and just use that.
Well, I just used moved over to all the Affinity apps. I was just wondering if you had the Adobe subscription.
Yeah, I did, and you know, I always get the latest updates and whatnot. But you know,
Fancy motherfucker.
right. But going back to awesome video games. So I think I have not been impressed with any of the new video games that have been coming out, like Ghost of Tsushima or Jesus Christ. You know, there's a new one that came out.
I would play a Jesus Christ video game. That would be awesome.
Would you really? Would you really?
You get free respawns and you have fucking powers.
Yeah, you can conjure fish whenever you need it.
You can rise from the dead.
Really? I would play.
You can let people eat you.
You could play, you know, the Rise of Rome, and you could be Pontius, you know, get Pontius Pilate, and you know, you could assume that character and like go over to Jerusalem and you know start cracking down on some prophets. You know, I would play that game.
And you get crucified,
And you get crucified, and you get subjugated. You know?
Yeah, a friend of mine, I was texting her last night. And she's like, "Happy Easter." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Well, actually, you know what? That's a good subject. Let's look up crazy Christian video games. Let's see if anything pops up.
And use those search words.
Yes, use those exact search words.
Someone just appeared on an FBI watch list.
Really?
Again.
Tell me how does that subject me to like the scrutiny of the FBI? Because
Eric and I have been snitching on you for like a year.
Yeah, we're
still
going
haven't.
GoPro.
Hey, listen, they still haven't arrested. They still have not arrested me yet.
They're watching.
Oh my God! You know,
They're just building their case.
Let me see.
Yeah, we need a Q video game.
I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh
here.
my fucking God! You imagine how crazy that would be?
Maybe the final level would be Epstein's Island or something.
So let me see if you guys.
Yeah, but of course, when an actual Republican politician
Right.
is perhaps
news.
under investigation for sex trafficking
Big
of 17-year-old,
news.
where did Q go?
I don't know. Do you see that? Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a really
This is from
looks like gay porn
Digitizer.
with low production values.
Oh my God, man! Sunday Fun Day, the ride. Wow,
We're saying yes. So.
that looks really enthralling. What the hell is this? Listen up, dog breath, splintered wood, and rusty chains are not my bag of tea. If you're still planning on that date at the malt shop, you better get me out of this mess now, nerd. What, dude?
Okay, that sounds like bad machine
I
translation.
don't
That
think
sounds like-
anyone that's not Jewish nowadays
I
even knows what
guarantee
a
you.
malt
I
is.
guarantee you, Matt Getz subscribes to that one. What do we got here? Got Bible Adventures NES. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
The Bible game.
The
What-
Bible game for PS2.
Wait, so is this
PS2.
Adam He's going MMA? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Super
Watch out for
3D.
Eve. She's
Noah's
small.
Ark.
Fast.
3D Noah's Ark, dude. How?
Guitar praise.
Neat.
Jesus.
Dance praise PC. Wow. The Axis Adventures, Truth Seeker. That's straight up QAnon right there, man. Captain Bible in the Dome of Darkness. No, this
Jesus in
that's-
space.
I
Now
am-
that's the shit right
I am
there.
Such a
buying
ripoff
that-
of Jews in
Jesus in
space.
space. I'm buying that game right there. I mean, look at the graphics. Look at the
Yeah.
graphics.
Pretty solid.
It's solid, man. Solid. War in Heaven.
Isn't that what Diablo is?
I don't know, dude.
I'm pretty sure
no.
Diablo 3 culminated with a war in heaven.
I'm sorry, dude.
Let's just play that.
There's probably some video games out there that, like, you know, the right wingers play that we don't know about.
Yeah, called
There
Call of
probably
Duty.
is well, wait, wasn't there a video game that was pulled off Steam where you shot non-believers or some shit?
What?
Oh.
That might have been like a DLC of Postal.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But if I remember, and like this is fuzzy and my brain doesn't work that well anymore, so forgive me. But I think it got pulled off of Steam or pulled off of something.
Might have been Postal. But all I can tell you is if you want to
I think
find any,
Postal's still there.
if you want to find any of the hardcore QAnon, 3%er, militia, Proud Boy, Oathkeeper, you know, wannabes, just go to Call of Duty. They're all on there,
Yeah.
dude.
We know. That's why you're still playing it.
All on.
Yeah.
No, actually, I stopped playing it because there's been so the one thing that has been in the news about Call of Duty is that people who have PCs have a whole plethora of DLC content. They have, I guess, they have other apps that help enhance the playing experience for Call of Duty, while console players don't have dick. So if you put a person who has a PC with all these, you know, all these apps that they can use, and a person on a console guy's gonna get wrecked. And I'm on console, I get wrecked constantly in Call of Duty.
Well, but there was also a cheat for COD Warzone that actually had malware hidden in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the aimbotting, or it's all the you know, you have an infrared camera every single time, or you can actually, you know, zoom in like 1,000%, you know, or some they have like I said, they have, I don't know all the DLC content that they have, but all I know is like they have all this, and it's like me on my RAN with my 60-year-old F-15s, and here is America with their advanced F-22 Raptor, or, you know, F-35.
Yeah, well, we had years of
Like-
bitching when, like, you know, you get multiplayer games on PC and you used to have all these dedicated servers and this whole list of servers you could choose.
Right.
And then Call of Duty starts coming out and it's like it just kind of chooses for you. Doesn't really let you get to choose.
Well, there's an option that either I can play with people who are on console only, or I can like play against, you know, I can play with everybody, like PC or other.
No, I didn't realize you could even do that.
Yeah, you could. You can't do Xbox for some strange reason. They won't allow Xbox players in, but I can
That
play
is
with-
weird.
Yeah, I can play with
Wonder
people
why.
who are on PC. Like that's how I play with our coworker, you know, our other video game compatriot.
Oh, wait, he plays on PC and you're on the console?
Yeah, we play all the time. Me and him we do duos all the time in Warzone.
Oh, I didn't know that I could do
Yeah,
that.
that's
I
why I've
would
been
play
asking
that
you
with
to
you
come. I
guys.
mean, if you came on board, we could play plunder trios. That would be awesome.
I would totally play with you guys if I could. do
Yeah,
that.
I would totally.
Yeah, I
play
just
with you.
can't play on the
And
fucking.
hey, we got-
like,
and
my
we got
PlayStation, I
quads.
just can't play.
Then we have quads. I'm like, trust me, dude. Like,
Which
seriously,
game is this?
Call of Duty Warzone?
Warzone? All right.
It's free. It's a free download.
Is it on Steam or is it only on?
It's on Steam. It's
Yeah,
on
okay.
Steam. I mean, you know, Activision
So,
has.
so now we can shit in you in places other than the podcast.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll fuck with you
Well,
over there.
so here's the other thing too. Like expanding on our podcast, I was gonna do like Craig's terrible idea, like Craig playing, you know, his horrible situations in all the games that he's played. Like I have died horrendously in all sorts of games. I've died horrendously in Red Dead Redemption, GTA, Call of Duty, God of War. What's the other one? Mad Max. The latest Mad
I usually
Max.
die because I just go YOLO and don't care.
One time I was playing
That's why I
Warzone.
die.
Hey, listen, one time I was playing Warzone, parachuted in, didn't even get to hit the ground. I got wiped out. Then I got sent to the gulag, and then literally within 3 seconds, I got killed, and I just
Wait,
sat there.
you literally get sent to the gulag?
Yeah, you get
Oh,
sent
fuck.
to gulag. Well, when you get killed, you get sent to gulag. You have an opportunity to fight somebody else who's been sent to gulag, and then you know the winner of that match gets to go back into Warzone.
What kind of Lord of the Flies shit is this?
It's obviously a very effective Lord of the Flies, and you know I'm piggy every single time I play Call of Duty because literally, 5 seconds. That was the total my entirety of that one game. It was just in this game for 5 seconds, and I just sat there 20 minutes twiddling my thumbs, watching the rest of my team do their shit. They came in like third or second place, and all I could do was just
you couldn't respawn?
No, all I could do was either watch the map for them, right? Or I could like be the second set of eyes and tell them, hey, look, there's a guy in a building over there, or there's somebody else all over there. I could still mark targets off of them. But aside from that, that's the only interaction that I got. And after a couple of times, and this is not, it didn't happen to me only once, it happened to me multiple times. I kind of got sick of it. So
Yeah, I mean, Eric and I talked about this before. Like the problem with getting into like all the COD or Battlefield games is that there's like no learning curve. You're immediately playing against people who know every nook and cranny of every
Yeah.
map. They're leveled up.
yeah,
Yeah,
know-
and some of this stuff they actually like they're
yup.
they don't have to play better, they just are better because they have better gear, or
Yeah.
often like they try to mitigate that by making the one weapon not better like definitively than another, but if you have access to more weapons, you're going to find the one that you like better.
They nerf
know.
it. They nerf everything a lot better. They have access to better accessories, better scopes, and
But the big thing, like if you know the map,
the
in the
map,
back of your
yeah.
hand, if you know the spawns, if
right.
you know all that shit. Like when I started playing ME3 again,
yeah.
I was surprised how quickly all the maps came back at me. Like I still know where every spawn is.
Right.
I still know all that shit. So I mean, that's the thing.
But here's
You
the
gotta be
other,
willing to get killed a lot.
right. But
Yeah.
here's the advantage that you guys have: keyboard and mouse versus 2 joysticks. Now I cannot. Yes, you do get aim assist when you play console, but it doesn't really help a lot. Like,
Does your PlayStation have like a USB port for like could you plug a keyboard and mouse in?
yeah, sure, I could plug a keyboard and mouse. And you want to know how much a keyboard and mouse for the PS4 is?
Well, you just can't use like any like USB, whatever.
No, I'm not. I'm not entirely too sure about that. It's like I can't buy a PC
I have a feeling it's
keyboard
not
and
that
mouse.
simple.
It's
so-
not that
Okay.
simple.
Just
Like
I
there's
don't know.
certain drivers that run on the PS4 that, like, there's one out there. It's a keyboard and mouse combo. Let me look it up right now. And like it's
Actually, I'm looking up keyboard for PS4.
Can you share the
No.
screen? I think I should allow.
Well,
you
hold on.
to
First,
share
I
the
have to
screen.
get rid of all these stupid fucking.
You gotta get rid of the porn, Don. You have to get rid of the
Yeah,
animal
exactly.
porn.
No, it's because
You
of
can't-
course the first 9 lists were Amazon. But are they giving me? Hold on. I'm just curious about. No, they're not even giving me prices in this article. No, that's useless.
Let me see if I can find it.
Actually, this says it's plug and play. So it should be like any USB keyboard. I mean, that's the whole point about USB is it's.
No, but wait, Craig, have you ever played shooters with mouse and keyboard?
Yeah, before I had my console, and we're talking back in the like early 2000s, like 2003, 2002, I was playing Unreal Tournament. I was playing Quake.
Okay.
Right.
Never, I was just gonna say, like, because if you're like what I feel like people usually find is like if your main experience is controller, as much as like keyboard and mouse is considered the superior control, if you're not, if you're like your brain is like geared into controllers, then it's hard to switch it up to the other one. But if you got that background, go for it, man. Figure it out.
Trust me. Let me share the screen with you guys real quick, and let's see.
Hold on. I'm looking up COD Warzone.
So, I mean, all right. So this is, I said for PS4, right? So they're telling me for PS4, so $45 for that one.
Switch. Neat.
Yeah, right. And like, I would get something like this. I wouldn't like need an entire keyboard.
Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah.
Right.
The
25 bucks.
only thing I'm going to say is if you pay $25 for a keyboard and mouse, you're gonna get what you paid for.
Exactly. Well, who knows? Maybe it. It's Amazon choice. You have 464 reviews. It's got like a 4.5
Yeah,
star
I mean, Jeff
review.
says it's good.
Yeah, and I'm sure that probably no more than 2/3 of those
Right.
Reviews are bots.
I mean, if
so,
Lick My Anus 69 says it's, you gotta, he loves his
And
keyboard
if
and mouse.
if you can't trust Lick My Anus 69, who can you trust?
Who
Man? Come
can
on.
you trust? No, I swear to God, there was literally a mouse and keyboard setup for PS4 that was literally like a fucking $189. I mean, it was.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Like if you go for
You can
like
do that
the
for
super
PC
duper
too.
high end mechanical RGB fucking everything.
No,
on,
I mean,
on PC.
You can spend that on just the mouse if you
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
I mean, I've got my my $70 Steel Series one, which is so old the rubber's rubbing off, but it's still going strong.
As long as it's going strong. Like I swear to God, it was here. I forgot who. It was not Logitech. It was somebody else, and it was literally like $189 or some fucking crazy thing like that. Like,
I don't even remember what brand it is, but I've been using the mouse that came with my last motherboard for years, and it's surprisingly good.
optical mouse.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
it's-
it's just got 2 buttons and a little laser on the bottom, and that's about it.
But you
yeah,
know what?
this thing.
It's that fine tuning with the mouse and keyboard that literally outshines 2 mini fucking joysticks. Because
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I cannot get that superior like lock on laser beam aim.
Well, yeah, like, cause I mean, it's just the functionality of it. Like when you're using a stick, you gotta actually like start it and stop it to get your
Right.
aim just right. Whereas with a
Right.
mouse, you can just move your hand a little bit. Yeah.
And-
So like, I
right.
mean, just mechanically, it makes sense that you're more precise with a mouse.
And keyboard commands too. Like if I have to zoom in, like I would have to hold down like L1 or R1 to zoom in and zoom out. Oh no, actually direction pad up and down to zoom in and out. Whereas with the mouse,
my
you have to like,
word.
you know, scroll up and scroll down with the mouse wheel. I'm like, dude, I just get fucking wrecked.
You just got to be like Judge Mathis. Life was rough. You had to make do.
Yeah, gotta make do. But you know, I'm literally, I always volunteer to be the first guy to like search out a new area because I know I'm gonna get picked off. I'm probably the dude, I'm the most useless weight on my team. So I might as well just be, you know, the bait.
But you know, Craig, we love you anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a good
But,
support character.
But no, yeah, Yakuza Like a Dragon, that's been looking pretty good. They turned, if I don't know if you're familiar with the Yakuza games, they're all
I've played a couple of them.
They're button mashes. Well, this time it's no longer button mashing. It's all turn-based system, which and a little bit
interesting.
of button mashing. Yeah, and I've been watching the videos. Storyline is fantastic as always, but you know the gameplay looks silly, but it looks fun. There's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they're always a little silly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the customization's crazy nice. So you know maybe that'll be my new.
Well, Craig, if we do see you do Warzone, I will be more useless than you. I
How
literally
so?
have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
I mean,
There's a very good chance my parachute will not open the first time.
only if you allow it. Only if you make it so.
Oh, is this
I'm
is this a battleground style game?
It's a battle royale.
A battle
I
royale?
just looked it
Battle
up.
Royale.
Oh, yeah, I'll play
Right?
that.
Like I was gonna do PUBG, and I was watching all the PUBG
Yeah.
videos. I'm like, oh my god, forget it, dude. I would like literally
Yeah.
pick up my console and just throw it out the window. I would get so frustrated.
And PUBG is the kind of game where you will get wrecked by a 12-year-old.
Why don't we just play Fortnite? Just kidding.
Or Destiny. No,
Mm,
I'm sorry. I can't do Fortnite. Can't do that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
like, check
kidding.
it out, dude.
I think we're Gen Xers for the most part, unless we worked very hard at it, don't have the Minecraft background to be good at Fortnite. You know, like you got to be able to build shit like. Bah, 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 bah.
And you know, like what I've been saying to you, I know there's a national archives for video games out there, but if they gave a really good Commodore 64 or 128 emulator or one of those older Amiga emulators, and I could play the classic games that I grew up on,
I'm
that I love so
sure
much.
there must be, dude.
No, there
Are
there
there
not?
actually is. It's a MAME, right?
Right, it's main, but it's mainly for PC, not Mac.
No, but MAME.
Oh, yeah, okay.
MAME. I'm pretty sure MAME has all sorts of shit it will emulate.
It does, but it's mainly for PC. Not
There's
not
got to
for-
be a Commodore emulator out there. There has to be.
for
There's gotta
Mac.
be more than
I don't know if
one.
it's for Mac, but you would have to like, you know, you have to soft Windows the shit out of it. But
John's about to look it up.
yeah,
No, just because there's still because they're like the Commodores and the Amigas still have a huge community behind them.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Like, seriously, like they're still actually making new Amigas so people can run Amiga OS.
nice. My favorite game back in the 80s was a game from the guys who made Ultima, right? I forgot. Let me look them up, but it was called Auto Duel, and I would spend and like it took 4 floppy disks to play. Yes.
Whoa.
Floppy disk. It took 4 floppy disks to play, and I fucking had a blast on it.
Yeah, I mean, like X-Wing, I think had like 4 floppy disks when I got it.
So the Vice, the versatile Commodore emulator.
Yes, I heard of that,
Yeah, it's on SourceForge.
but it's for a PC.
It's for damn near everything.
Really? Wow, send me that link.
Unix, MS-DOS, Win32, OS2, BIOS, QNX, Amiga.
Yeah, I mean that's all. That shit's old enough that there should, yeah, the emulators should be, yeah.
Yeah, no,
available.
any modern chip is going to run the shit out of this. So does the C64, C128, VIC-20?
I just want our processing power to get big enough to be able to handle Xbox 360 games, because there's one game that I loved Burnout Revenge, I think it was called. Oh my God, I loved that
Is that the
game.
motorcycle game?
No, it's Burnout, is that what it's called? I can't remember.
One of them was like you were racing.
Burnout Paradise?
You were running away from the cops. You and this chick
Something
were in like
Paradise.
in the Corvette, and you were just trying to like get the fuck away from the cops.
No, that's not what this is.
I don't think the problem with Xbox 360 is not going to be the hardware is powerful enough. The problem is it's based on these really weird PowerPC cores. So it's got to run an emulation.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it's just we're just not there. Like we need a massively more horsepower, right, to run that emulator.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but
I think
don't know.
I think the 360 emulators exist, but like basically nobody's computer can run them yet.
Like
This is my understanding.
Mech Warrior 2. That was another favorite of mine. I love Mech Warrior 2. That I could play hours and hours and hours of that game. TIE Fighter, X-Wing TIE Fighter. You got to see the Empire side of it. They're not the evil, they're not the evil fascists that everybody would like them to believe. They were basically the galaxy's police, and everybody loves law and order. They were trying to
Right. With this crazy evil wizard at the top telling them what to do.
Yeah. But that was a great game. Driven storyline.
Yes, those were great games. Yeah.
They introduced Grand Admiral Thrawn from Timothy Zahn's books. I'm like, I was so happy with that game. But getting the HOTAS system, I had a HOTAS system for my PC, and then, God, it just got outmoded. And now that I want to play, Elite Dangerous, nothing. Again, HOTAS system for a console, it's like $189.
Yeah, I have my flight stick. I've had for like probably almost 2 decades.
You have a
I have the two thingies. Yeah.
Yeah, the regular joystick, and then you have the
it's got a shitload of buttons. It's got a fucking digital display. It's got all different modes.
Logitech makes that.
Shit. No, it was SciTech is what I had.
It sounds like the X52.
Yeah, it was the X52. I forget how long ago I got it. It was like a long time ago, and it still works. It's crazy.
Well, good. I mean, that's the thing, Craig, is like, we know that you're the cheapest person on the planet.
I am.
Yeah, you got to buy the decent one. You got to put a little bit more money.
A good throttle and joystick is not cheap.
Again, I am so cheap. I use both sides of the toilet paper. That's how cheap I am.
Who doesn't? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
How many times do you use your tea bags, though?
Ooh.
Until it's
how many times do you get tea bag?
Yeah. No, because my college girlfriend was Russian. And her grandmother was born like, before the revolution, survived the revolution, Stalin, World War II, and like
didn't Stalin come after World War II?
Had that mindset, like they would reuse, she and her brother and her relatives, they would reuse their tea bags like 5 and 6 and 7 times. Yeah. Like nothing was wasted. Nothing.
But that literally goes for any third world country out there, I mean, even here in America.
I would say like you saw a lot of it from like my grandparents' generation that went through the Depression. They did that too, or like if they were immigrants. Yeah.
I mean, you never got smacked up the side of your head by your parents, finish your food, their kids starving in whatever third world country was, crying out at the moment.
Dude, I'm a food machine. Finishing my food was never a problem.
Well, did you come from a big family?
No, but like, dude, I've always been a food machine. So clearing my plate was never a problem.
No, it was always a pain in the ass. They would always put too much on my plate and then get mad at me when I didn't eat it all.
Right.
And it pissed me off. Just like, well, don't give me so much. Like, I don't eat a lot. That's just the way, like, and it's to this day. I just don't eat a lot. I don't know what to tell you.
I know. I eat like 2 or 3 times what you do.
Yeah, I don't eat. I really don't. Like, I don't know. I'm just my thing is like, take what you want, eat what you take, like, but it's hard at restaurants and stuff, like, because the portions are bigger than I need. What are you gonna do?
Then you put some in your purse for later.
Yes, yeah. I hate I'm not a big leftovers guy. Yeah.
You might get hungry. You might want to nos. Just take one.
Yeah, like again, like I said, like all my grandparents' generations, like we'd be at a diner and sugar packets going in their pocket, ketchup packets going in their purse.
Yeah, you never knew they never knew when you were going to eat again. I mean, like they could have scooped you up, put you in an internment camp.
All right, but we had a couple decades of prosperity by the time I came along.
but that stuff leaves a mark. I mean, PTSD.
No, I'm joking. But
I know. I mean, But I mean, and the flip side of that is like one of my pet peeves is, you know, people who litter. It's like, you know, I think the flip side of that is it doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah.
Someone will
Of course it
come pick it
matters.
up, whatever.
Why do you have to be a lazy piece? Seriously, why do you have to be a lazy piece of shit? You know what drives me crazy? I'm driving along, some guy rolls down the window, and you see garbage flying out his window.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, you don't.
that's
I mean,
fucking-
you go back like 2 decades, you saw that all the time. You don't see it that often. You know,
really?
for the most part. I
Go
mean,
to Brooklyn. Oh, what am I
I
talking
mean,
about?
compared to when you were young,
yeah, all
the
the
amount
time.
of littering you see now compared to when you were young is comparable.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible, dude. Like,
But look at the streets. All right, look, I'm a little younger than you, so you remember the late 70s.
right?
This
I
place was a
remember.
fucking shithole.
It was a
And you're trying to
shithole. It was a shithole.
It was a
because-
shithole for 2 reasons. The city didn't clean up its shit, and the people just threw the shit wherever. And
Well,
now we
right.
have the city cleaning up its shit. I mean, but we're also doing our part. I feel like
We
for the
have
most part,
more-
we
we
don't
have-
litter that much.
Right, we have more efficient ways of getting rid of our garbage, right? Fines will be levied on the people who don't, you know, recycle or throw their trash out properly. You know, we lay down. You can thank.
But
the
my
police.
point, yeah, like I mean, you're
Yeah.
right. But my point is that the people are doing it. For the most part, I don't think people litter that much.
Not in Craig's trailer park. It's still shitty there.
Yeah, I guess Craig's trailer park is a little rough.
Yeah, my trailer park in Queens, man. I think trailer park, dude. Coming back from your place down in Brooklyn, like I saw a guy driving along the BQE, roll down his window, whoop, candy bar wrappers flying out his window.
No, I don't think Eric's saying it doesn't happen. I think
Yeah,
he's
no, of
saying
course it happens.
less.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it
I
doesn't.
littered in the 90s. Certainly, I littered in the 90s. Like, I mean, I ate a candy bar, I just dropped the wrapper. Like, I mean, that's just what you kind of
wrong with
did.
you? What's wrong with you? You couldn't take it to a fucking garbage
Bullshit
can?
if you tell me you didn't.
I didn't. I went to a fucking dude. I took that wrapper.
Now,
put it in my
Don
fucking
may not
pocket.
have, but you,
No, I
did.
absolutely believe
Listen.
that Craig did not litter. I know him well
Yeah?
enough.
Want to know
I
how?
believe Craig has never littered in his life.
This is how OCD I am. I was standing in the fucking deli getting my bagel, and the guy had a display of potato chips, and 2 bags were basically upside down. I walked over, right-sided them up, put them back in. That's how crazy I am with shit like that. You know,
Yeah, I guess
out of
my
place.
thing back then was, well, first of all, the propaganda campaign hadn't started yet.
Right.
And second of all, look at all this shit everywhere.
Mm.
The fuck, you know what I mean? Like, so what? Why am I the one fucking schnook?
No,
You know what I mean? Like,
actually,
that was my
why
thinking at the time.
You know why I didn't litter? It's one of the like 3 useful things I learned in the Boy Scouts before they kicked me out.
I don't even want to know why they kicked you out.
It wasn't the
He
organization.
was talking shit about Mormons.
I'll just say that. No. So I learned first aid.
Yeah.
I learned how to camp and cook. But the thing
Right.
is, like, we always was like, you leave the campsite
Yeah.
cleaner than you found it.
Right.
Well, now the reality is, like, I never back then would have littered in the middle of the woods. You know what I mean? Like, if
okay.
I kind of took my cue from my environment. You know what I mean? Like, walk around here and it was just a complete shithole. And I don't, again, I'm not saying I was correct.
Yeah.
I'm just
Right.
saying this is how I feel like this is how that behavior.
No, I
Just
I
happened.
understand. Because like
Um,
when I was living on the Lower East Side in the 90s, like it was a shithole. Like
Yeah.
people didn't clean up after their dogs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, that was the biggest one. Like, I remember, like, every time we would go over, like I have this specific memory because it happened so damn many times. We would drive over to my aunt's house and get out of the car, and right before I'm opening the door, you know, my dad would always say, "Watch for shit," because
Where'd
like
she live?
this is in Midwood, in this particular block where they had the curb and they had a little bit of grass
Okay.
between the sidewalk. And, you know, I mean, if the shit's on the sidewalk, you see it, you know, I
Not
mean,
the
for the
grass.
most, I mean, but on the grass, you don't necessarily see it.
Right.
And so, yeah, like I was like constant, just watch where you're stepping. You know what I mean? As soon as you open the door, like,
Yep.
yeah, it sucked. Now my neighborhood now, to steelman you guys a little bit, I feel like there's been a hell of a lot more dog shit around.
Yeah, because people are
which
not getting fined for it.
people
They're
just not fucking picking the
Yeah,
shit
they're not
up.
picking it
which-
up because they're not getting fined because they're
Yeah.
not getting caught. They don't give a shit anymore. I mean,
Like, it's
they'll-
really annoying.
no,
Like,
they
so
are
like
giving
up,
a shit, but they're leaving on the
Right.
sidewalk.
up by the fucking school that my daughter goes to,
Yeah.
on the corner, there's the playground and then the school. And on the sidewalk next to the playground that we walk by,
Yeah.
you know, somebody's got a really big fucking dog and leaving a hell of a lot of shit there.
You
Now
sure
you
it's a
got
dog?
all these kids coming into school, and you see these turds are no longer unmolested. They've been stepped on. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, that fucking sucks.
Well, Here's my terrible idea. You know what my terrible idea?
All right,
should
we're
be?
ready.
All right, you
Go
ready?
hit us, baby.
You're gonna put little mines, right? Like those little bouncing Betty mines for dogs, right? And the dog decides to take a dump. This thing flies out. Boom! Not only nails the dog, but it gets the owner too. Or
Oh, wait a minute. The dog is innocent in this scenario, though.
well,
As much as I know he's the one that dropped the bomb, but it's the
Right.
human's job to make sure that bomb gets removed.
okay,
and
so
defused.
then you have there's the alternate, it's an alt B, and the alt B would basically have a guy on the rooftop, right, with a 22
With
rifle.
a sniper rifle,
A
yeah.
sniper rifle. You see the guy. If you don't want the dog to die, that's it. Because that's who I blame. I blame the owner. And like again, this is all about personal responsibility. Like, no one cares. You're infringing on my rights. You're infringing on my freedoms. And like, you know what? I don't take your freedoms, take your rights, shove them up your ass. Because if you can't be a decent human being and like, help out society, why should society be nice to you? That's my whole point.
Yeah, I mean, freedom doesn't mean you just get to do what you want, because the guy that you're imposing your freedoms on also has his freedoms. So how do you resolve that shit? Come on.
So here, conundrum for you. So now that pot is legal for everybody, recreational,
Well,
medicinal, or
it will
otherwise.
be. It ain't legal yet.
Well, no, I think it's legal today. I can go outside and smoke right
Is-
now.
I thought
The
they
dispensaries
delayed-
aren't here yet.
Right.
That'll take a while.
Dispensaries.
But we can smoke outside and in front of a cop's face
Right.
right now.
What are you
So-
waiting for?
My
I've been doing
neighbors,
it. I've been doing it this whole time. I don't know where you've been.
my neighbors are prolific pot smokers, and it's starting to drift into my apartment. And I want to be nice. I don't want to be like an asshole about it. Like, listen, I'm all for smoking pot. I'm all, if you want to do what you got to do.
Well, now hold on a second. Is
Yeah, go ahead.
cigarette smoking in your building legal? Like, I mean, not legal. Is it
Allowed.
allowed? Because if cigarette smoking is not, I mean, because that's building rules. You know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't be allowed to smoke pot in there,
You-
especially if it's emanating into other apartments or the hall.
You can't smoke in public areas like the hallway.
But you can smoke in your apartment.
You could smoke in your apartment, but it's frowned on. It's frowned upon, But
Well,
You know,
this should be frowned upon too. Like,
So-
because
right.
it imposes, yeah. Like, I mean, just smoke something that doesn't smell quite so much, or open
But
your
no,
fucking
Or
windows.
like put an exhaust fan in your window. Let it.
Right,
blow
but if
out.
I was to
something,
go-
yeah.
if I-
I
if
mean,
I was
come
to-
on. Ain't
right.
these people living in dorms before? Come on.
I mean, I would be nice about it, but like, let's just say they say, who the fuck are you? So, my plan B is basically, I'm gonna buy the stinkiest, rottenest fish I could ever find, right, and start cooking it like every day, right, and have it blow out my door and just fill.
All right, you just have to
Viral.
find out, like, all right, the only problem I see in this plan is like, all right,
The,
You know how when
you
you're
only see
training-
one problem?
well, all right, the first one, you know how like when you're training a dog, you got to make sure that the reward is quick,
Right.
so that the dog realizes that it's being rewarded for the correct behavior,
Right.
right? So, all right, you're gonna cook a stinky fish. How do they know that you're doing that in reaction to their pot smoke? Are you gonna tell them? Like, how do they know?
I would obviously talk to them about it first, but if they kept doing it, then I have no recourse.
And then tell
Or
them,
just-
it's like, all right, look, I'm gonna stink this fucking place up, motherfucker. That you're gonna tell them
No,
that?
I'm not gonna tell them that. I'm gonna say,
Oh.
okay, you want to play these games? All right, have it your way. And just
Craig,
go
every
back in.
time you start smelling pot smoke in your apartment, just knock on their door completely naked.
See how
That'll get
quick
them
they
to stop. And when they open, tell them you're here to party.
Oh man, I can't.
Seriously,
That's it.
complain. You're in a co-op, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Don't you have a board? Like,
Add them out to the fucking co-op.
But no,
then.
but they're renters. So basically, we have one guy that owns like 30% of all the units in the building, and they rent from that one guy. We have a sponsor. They call him a sponsor.
okay, wait a minute. So he has like 30% of the apartments in your building. Does that mean he has an outmoded
Hmm.
amount of influence on the board or something? Like,
Actually,
I mean,
he
like-
is on the
I mean,
board,
because his
yes.
tenants should have to follow the same
Yeah.
rules as the owner of the
Right.
unit.
Right. But my complaints would have to go to him, and like, we'll see what his reactions are. But like I said,
Yeah.
I don't want to rock the boat. I live here, right?
Yeah.
Unless you actually, threaten my life, and then we're gonna have to take it to the next step. There's not a lot that I can do. Inherently, I'm not a violent guy until you force my hand.
All right, well, they're
You just
potheads. They're not
fantasize
gonna
about
get
it
violent.
all the fucking time.
Do I?
I'm not a
really?
violent guy. I just
You are- I'm
walk
not a
around
violent
thinking
guy.
about kicking people's asses.
Do I? I mean, like, no.
I think that's how he contains his violence, through violent
Through violent
just
fantasies.
imagining violent fantasies. Yeah.
Violent fantasies. Yeah, it's not like I'm
I mean,
gonna go-
that's what video games are, man.
Yeah, it's not
bought me a shirt that says like my gaming is for your own safety. You know what I mean? Like
That's
Yeah, I'm working for her Monday again.
that's good,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Oh, man.
and her compatriots who shall remain unnamed.
Yeah, we should. I think we said enough names here there.
Yeah.
And we said few enough that nobody can figure things out. Well,
And Craig will beat that shit out.
Yeah, I have.
yeah, get to work, Craig.
Yeah, get to work. Listen, learning Adobe Premiere is not as easy as everybody thought it would be.
Premiere's weird.
I thought it would be busy. I thought it'd be easy, but like, oh my god, man, it's a lot of it has changed.
No, video's fucking complicated, man. Like if you're using a real editor, it's fucking complicated.
Well, I was gonna try and use Final Cut Pro, but then I found
Nah, it's that's dead. If you, I would say either use Premiere or DaVinci, and DaVinci's free, dude.
I know DaVinci's free, but Premiere, I'm familiar with the interface, and I've been taking tutorials on Premiere, so it's slowly and surely coming together.
Yeah, you guys get Lynda or whatever lynda.com has become through work, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's through LinkedIn now.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Because that's where we learned Sketch.
All right, last 4 minutes,
Correct.
man. We're gonna hit the politics because I couldn't hold it in anymore.
No, we can't start another
Yeah.
deep one. But
We
yeah,
will-
dude,
Yeah.
I'll definitely play a Battle Royale COD. I'll
So
Yeah, I'll
download
download
Warzone.
Warzone and die
Yeah.
within the first 2 seconds. I'm good.
Download Warzone. Tell me what your player ID is. I'll send you the invite, and then
Cool.
Mine is Weg Krong.
yeah, okay, there you go. Little Yellow Menace, right? That'll be mine.
No, you don't think they'll let
Short
me be
squat
King,
menace, short squat yellow menace.
you don't think they'll let me be Kim Jong-un, will they? Or is that's
Dude,
probably
there's somebody out there. You know how many Kim Jong Uns is like Kim Jong Un 88899? I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. And the best part is like most of these guys, their clan tag is Trump. Like I jump into a server, like literally 150 players. We do quads, there's 150 players. Like literally a good 50% of everybody I'm playing against has Trump as their.
okay.
as
We
their
gotta
clan tag.
find the player tag that's gonna piss these assholes off immediately.
Oh,
Bernie.
Our mutual friend, you know what his clan tag is? It's BLM. So we get hunted all the time.
I was thinking about
Really?
I was
Yeah.
thinking about Bernie.
Yeah, you know what?
No, BLM.
Right
We're
wingers
Or
kind of
he
like
actually-
Bernie. Like if you talk to hardcore motherfuckers, like, yeah, I like Bernie. If Bernie was up there, I might have gone for him. It's like I
Yeah,
may not like him
oh.
for the right reason, but
The right
but
wing?
nah, that's not as inflammatory as other things, like
What
a
about-
rainbow flag or some kind of trans support.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Although these idiots wouldn't know a trans flag if we shoved it up their ass.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
they would
like,
know it then, but hey,
Yeah.
talk to Matt Getz. I'm telling you, man, that guy, whoo, he got
Yeah, that guy might be
karma
seriously
came
fucked.
back.
That guy might be seriously fucked, and we're gonna enjoy
I
every
enjoy
fucking
every minute of it. Every
Well,
minute of
and
it.
actually, the good news is nothing so far, but Roger Stone may be peripherally involved.
What with Matt Getz? And what-
Yeah, there's a picture of him, Greenberg, who's the guy that he was
Saw
pimping
that.
girls with, and Stone.
Well, no, it's just the three of them in the Miami backdrop. I mean, like how incriminating could that be?
It's Roger Stone. You know he's a fucking scumbag.
Unless you see Roger Stone's 17-year-old girl's right, and Matt Getz smiling, taking photos, nothing's gonna happen.
All right, now I'm not going to eat for the rest of the night. Thank
There
you for
go.
that.
See,
image.
less than a minute, boys.
I'm a dietary supplement. All right. So anybody have any last words before we
No, I mean, there's one of the advantages, I guess, of not having Trump in office anymore is we don't wake up every morning to a fire. Are we in
Oh,
a
yeah,
war?
exactly.
So, there's slightly less to talk about.
We'll find something for next week.
not unless you watch Fox News. Oh my god, the shit that comes out of that.
No, we need to watch Newsbacks and OAN.
Yep.
Oof, can't do it. I want to be able to hold my fucking food.
I'll just watch the people that watch that stuff make videos.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll just get the highlights. That's enough for me.
All right, boys. Another
Me
good
and
session.
my co-star are wishing you a good night.
Ah,
Later,
how cute.
guys.
All right, good session, boys. I'll see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
All right.
All right, have a good night.